Ladies and gentlemen, we are here for an award celebration. We're not here to present at you, we're here to celebrate and to enjoy the love of our colleagues. So have you got the energy to help us celebrate some brilliant people today? Oh, you have. You are winners, thank you. Channel your inner American. If you happen to be British, channel your inner American and let it all out, have the energy flowing through. So we're here today to give out some awards. Now, awards matter, I really think, because they showcase some brilliant work. They celebrate the outstanding people behind that work. And then they help all of us, I hope, feel a bit of jealousy and envy and inspiration to say we could do even more to grow our medium. So let's focus on the work and the people and help them celebrate. So this has been a fabulous year for our awards. We've had more entries than ever. We've had more entries from more parts of the world than ever, and the quality of the winners is outstanding. There's been a couple of changes. One is that we've created a new category, so that we now have a dedicated category for creative special build. It's a really important part of our industry. It's often a great showcase and a conference. It's great at winning awards. Hey, and guess what? We're a scale medium. So the challenge with a special build is it usually wins the creative category, but actually all of us need to sell a lot of space on a lot of boards and get creative in front of a large part of an audience. So that then leaves our creative classic and creative digital, the scale ideas, as well as the special builds. Another change is you'll see on stage today various winning entries we will invite to the stage and applaud, and they will win a brand new design of trophy. And you'll also see showcased a lot of other work as well. And every other bit of work that you see here today, even if it isn't a winner, you will later on receive a certificate of recognition. So congratulations all to you. And finally, at dinner this evening, we will hand out the personal awards to 3 very worthy winners. So let's move on. I want to go on by thanking the judges. We have a really fantastic panel of senior business leaders who are practitioners in the industry and have a lot of breadth and depth of experience and gave a lot of time to considering a very large number of entries, and I'm really, really grateful to all of them. They worked so hard. Please will you join me? The first round of applause of the awards is to thank the judging panel. And they really did work so hard, so thank you to all of them. And the next thing that I'm going to do is to welcome one of those judges to stage. So my role as chair of the judges is to bring everything together and make sure we've got the right breadth of view. We're looking at a lot of creative today. So I'm introducing Dino, I think creative in residence in the World Out of Home organization. Dino's experience brings together creativity, technology, and innovation and experimentation. So we're going to get a practitioner's eye view showcasing some of the greatest entries from around the world. Dino.
Thank you very much. Well done, fella. That was very generous of you. Thank you. Right, let's see if we can get this going. Yeah, I'm that guy. Whoever can name the movie. Truman Show. Nice. I'm Dino. If you don't know me, well done. Try and keep it like that. It can get a bit intense at times. However, I've looked at every single one of the entries. I'm going to give you a bit of an overview, then I'll do the technical awards at the end as well. But I'll be here all the way through, don't worry. However, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the awards as well. So first of all, as has been mentioned, we have some creative awards. We have 3 of those. So as we know, we have the Creative Classic, the Digital, and the brand new for this year, Special Build. Hooray! So that's amazing. Yeah, why not? Hey, great. We also have Sustainability Awards, as ever, because that is super important, as we heard this afternoon. And we also have the Chair of the Judges Award. Now, obviously, last year I made a gag about a chair, and I put a chair in there. But this year, I thought I'd ask ChatGPT. It's come up a huge amount, so I thought I'd say, ChatGPT, generate a chair with Matthew as a chairman. And I went, obviously, it's all about the prompt. Make it a bit funny, but not so funny that he won't talk to me after this slide. So ChatGPT basically said, yeah, we've got this, let's go. And this is what it generated, by the way. And this is what you get if you actually go through ChatGPT. Broadly speaking, it knew exactly what he was going to wear today, because I fed in every outfit that Matthew has ever worn, and that's how good it is. So there you go. I'll put that back in there. And we also therefore have this is your award at the end where, well, you judge it. We've got the Technical Innovation Award. So this is the bit where we get the 3 contestants up on stage. I'll explain it later, but you then need your app the thing that you were told to download this morning to vote. So I'll go through it a little bit later, but if you haven't downloaded the app, you've got about 20 minutes to do that, to get that out of the way. So without further ado, what are we going to do? We're going to have a look at the entries. They are 110 of them. This took me 3.5 hours to put this slide together, by the way. I had to screenshot every single entry, make it all into a square, line it all up. So I just want to, please come to me later and say, well done, Dino, for doing that slide. It did take 3.5 hours. However, if you can see yourself on here, well done. Thank you. The submissions were awesome this year. I've been through every single one of them. And what I'm now going to do is mention some of them. So if you are mentioned in this next section, there's not a huge amount, I haven't got a huge amount of time, you will get a special mention certificate. Not this one, because this is on stage. It will look something like that, but you will have to get your own little support for it, whatever it is. You're going to get this in the post afterwards. So if you are mentioned in the next section, don't come running up and hug me and ask for your certificate. It will be in the post later. You will need to frame it yourself. But you can put that on your boardroom wall. Awesome. So we're going to look at the best bits. There is an asterisk on that. The asterisk means these are the bits that I thought were good, or they were interesting or noteworthy. Now, this might be because within a territory or a group or a category, I just thought it was really interesting. Maybe it didn't make the shortcut, but I thought it was brilliant, or there's something in it I wanted to mention. So that's all these are. These are the, I just thought these were interesting. Hopefully you find them interesting too. So I'm also going to do a slightly different version of this year. Normally go through the categories. This is a world out-of-home organization, so we're going to travel the world this year. We're going to go to each one of the major territories, and then we're going to have a look at what came out there. First of all, we are going to go to, of course, Latin America, because that's the most awesome place in the world. Obviously, we're going to start there. And you saw this morning. I think Gabrielle showed you this one. I'm going to choose Amazon Prime Video, and this was nominated by Aftermark. This is in several places, but I think Mexico City, you might recognize that place tonight. However, the reason I chose this one is just as I was watching the video, you just think, well, surely they haven't done that. They've done transport, they've done large scale, they've done small scale, they've done special build. They did literally everything. It was a tour de force. If you're going to plaster a city in a message, that's how you do it. So whoever did the media buying on this one, amazing. It was absolutely brilliant. The second one I'm going to choose, which is a bit strange, but this is actually from Banco Itaú. And who knew that you have clocks on streets here? Don't really have that where I come from. So street clocks are a thing. So well done for Abu for nominating this one. But it was a really interesting, I think if I got this right, is it South America's first ever cylindrical digital street billboard. So I think if you drop any of those, it ceases to become a first. But I just thought, if you're going to do a street clock, normally they have a flat thing on top of it. If you're going to do something creative. What a great, essentially a canvas for creative to work with. If you're advertising soft drinks, even better. I just thought it was really interesting. Why not do something a bit more interesting? And also, the traffic's coming from every angle. They're going to see that. I thought that was great. And where are we going to go next? We're going to go to North America, just up the road. And what came out of North America? First one I'm going to choose is Heinz and Deadpool and Wolverine. Of course I am, because this is just awesome. So well done for Billups for actually nominating this one. And I don't need to do anything more than put a picture up. I just think it sells itself. Somebody at the creative agency went, ketchup and mustard looks a little bit like Wolverine and Deadpool. I'd love to have been that sort of account exec that kind of phoned up Marvel and said, look, we got this idea. We'd love a big billboard with ketchup. And anyway, I just think the story tells itself. You get the little aha moment in your brain. You get it, they know you get it, and you feel better for it. So I love that one. And the next one, this is about being flexible in out of home. So this is roadside, this is North America, this is Fresco, California. Well done to Outfront for nominating this one. And this is Miracle Reality. So there were some roadworks, and they couldn't help it. Somebody stuck a big thing that says, do not pass, right in front of the billboard. So quick as a flash, what they thought is, we'll just do a different version of our creative that says, do not pass on a miracle. So they worked in the sign into the message, which I think is brilliant. Not only is it super simple, it's static, but it's also just really flexible. It's about location, location, location. That's a good thing about out of home. So love that one. Where are we going next? Across the ocean, we are going to APAC. Now, this is a big area, so I've chosen 3. First one is going to come from Mumbai in India, and well done for Madison World for nominating this one. And this is all about treating the birds. This is Cello, and they are, I think, India's best-selling cooled bottle, in which case that's great for us, but what about the birds? It's exactly what they've done here. So they've actually created a bird bath on the billboard. A couple of things about this one. It's probably one of the most bonkers videos I've had as a submission. There's a song to it. It's the whole custom song. It's amazing. And the second thing is don't be fooled. Most of those birds flying around are CGI. Don't worry, I spotted it. I watched it many, many times, and they're definitely CGI. However, those are real. Love that one. That was great. And then we're going to talk about Smiles for Good. Now, this is the Cured Meat Festival, which is amazing. But how do you bring the Cured Meat Festival, which is obviously a tradition, to the younger population? Well, you plaster around a metro station and you make it into a Cured Meat Festival. And not only that, is you hook up with the Smiles for Good Foundation and you allow people to smile into a little box, and that will then create a token which will give meals to people in the rural areas who can't afford to eat. So I just thought it was, again, a little bit bonkers. What an interesting idea. But to try and dress a metro station as a cured meat market, I thought was quite something to try and do. And they did it beautifully. Really, really simple. Just love that one. And actually made a difference. This is Orc Boards. So this is from Auckland in New Zealand. Obviously, Orc Boards. But it's also awkward. So I like the double play on words there. And this is by Lumo, so thank you for submitting this one. It was amazing. And it's really, really simple. It plays on the simplicity of static. All you've got to do is you go, hang on a minute, wart remover. And it's one of those things you think, oh, that's a bit embarrassing. And that's the entire point of this advert. Whilst you're out and about, you think, oh, wart remover, maybe I need some. I'll get Uber Eats to deliver it for me. So I love the way they played the psychology game, the behavioral game, where they got you to have that reaction to, oh, that's embarrassing, or, oh, I don't want to go and pick that up myself. And that was exactly the campaign. So love that one. Well done. Thank you very much. Where are we going next? We're going to Africa, or shall I say the bottom part of Africa, because obviously there's a little bit at the top, but that's socio-economic groups for you. I'm just going with what they said on Wikipedia. So this is 100% solar-powered LED. Now, having been to South Africa earlier this year, I realized just what the power system is like there. There were rolling blackouts every day, so power is not something you take for granted there. So thank you to Fabulux LED and Shenzhen Fabulux, obviously, for submitting this. And as it says, this is 100% solar-powered billboard. So if you can't guarantee the power, you make your own. It's also made out of aluminium, so it's 100% recyclable as well. And it essentially just solves the biggest problem in out-of-home or digital out-of-home in Africa. So really like that one. Obviously, it sounds obvious, but there you go. Soweto Towers, for those of you who don't know, Soweto, Southwest Township. That's what Soweto means. And this is Vaseline, Shields, and Grandpa. Well done to Kina Outdoor for nominating this one. Anything you do to these two cooling towers, traditionally these are power station cooling towers, and they've now been embraced as part of the local town, the local environment, but also for good and charity. So when you start dressing these up, you have to take on a big weight of responsibility to do it well. You've got all of these people painting this by hand, so it has to sit within the environment as good out-of-home has to do as well. And this is probably the biggest out-of-home billboard you're going to get, and if you're going to paint it, you do it brilliantly. And the creative on this is just stunning. Tourists go there, they jump off it, they climb up it, they do all sorts of things. So it's a tourist destination, and it looks absolutely stunning. So well done for that one as well. And then we're just going to go up a little bit to MENA, which is also Middle East and the north bit of Africa, again, according to Wikipedia. So well done to Hypermedia and W Group Holding for submitting this one. This is the Royals. So this is in the Palm Jumeirah, which is the big palm area that you can see from space, reclaimed island. As I was watching this one, this is all about endeavor and all about determination. As I was reading this one, I was literally sweating as I was reading it. It was the most stressful, let's just say, submission I've ever read. Essentially, all of this happened in 30 days, from concept to actual installation. It was on a bridge. It was in a very precious area. It had to look awesome. There was going to be salt. There was going to be sand. There was going to be heat. It was going to be everything. They had to close the traffic off. And this was like, holy moly, brilliantly done. So this was about Endeavour. It looked brilliant, and well done for doing that. Had custom foundations, everything. And then we're going to Lebanon. We're going to Beirut. And this is actually from Picasso, so thank you for submitting that one. This is Rose Sedina. This was actually in the Picasso Awards this year. And also the first appearance of faux, whatever you want to call it, false out of home. Just a bit of embellishment for social media as well. So this was bringing back one of their trusted brands, having a refresh. It's essentially on one of their biggest places you can put it. They put it high, they put it proud, they put it bold. So the reason I chose this one is Lebanon, Beirut, not having a great time right now, and actually, you know, thank goodness for the out-of-home industry actually is carrying on and also punching above its weight as well. So well done there. And where do we go next? There's only one place to go last. It's Europe. So this is the last one, and I've chosen two from here as well. This one is from Croatia. Croatia, just to the side of and up a bit of Italy, if you don't know where it is. This is from GoTo Digital in Croatia, and this is for Croatia Poliklinika. So this is all about back pain and back health. So the reason I chose this one is it actually uses the inbuilt technology in the estate. So GoTo Digital has spent a lot of money actually putting cameras and touchscreens into the actual estate. So it's not a special build. You can do this sort of stuff for any of their campaigns. So what you do is you stand in front of it, it measures your posture, and it will give you tips about whether maybe your back is, you're not standing right, your posture is incorrect. 97% of people who stood in front of it apparently corrected their posture. Thank you very much. And occasionally it would say, you might want to go and have a look at your back at some point. So it actually helped, it actually made a difference. So there you go. And in Croatia as well, really interesting market. So there you go. The final one we're going to for the UK is the British Heart Foundation. And I have to take this a little bit more slower because it's a bit more important. This is for the British Heart Foundation, and this was about awareness of heart attacks within the younger population. So it's not just for old people, heart attacks, it's for younger people as well. So they chose football fans, and the double play on words here, I'll just explain that if English is not your first language, is if you're a football fan, you're proud of your team, you're proud of your country, you will be England until I die. And obviously, if you die young, then it's, I was England until I died. So it works both ways as well. Really good copywriting. These are all custom murals. So each one of these features a young person who's lost their life to premature heart attack or heart disease. And it's about awareness, it's about fundraising. So it's a really interesting use of out of home, but also a beautiful campaign as well. Now, I think we are done. So hopefully that was useful. If you did not get mentioned, it doesn't mean that you're not awesome. You're all awesome. It just means I didn't have time. If you disagree with my pick of those, I'll be there tonight. Feel free to kick me in the shins. Do whatever you want to do. Berate me. I don't mind that. I hopefully will be able to defend them, but I will also take it on the chin if I, in your opinion, got the wrong ones. Other than that, I'll hand you back to Matthew because we're going to give out some actual awards now. And this is where it all gets exciting. We need a lot of clapping. Over to you, Matthew.
Thank you, Dino, for your fantastic selection.
Do you want to do that? Or?
So, Dino, fantastic to see your personal selection of an overview, and let's get on and get some winners on the stage. So the first category we're going to award is the Creative Classic. So we have a third place, who are the ketchup and mustard, apparently easy for me to say, that we just had showcased. Congratulations to them. In second place, we have the Till I Died campaign that we just saw. And let me invite to the stage, please, our winner, Specsavers. Congratulations to them. Should have gone to Specsavers. It's a brilliant campaign many of you will have seen. It's a truly brilliant creative idea of showing creative that's backwards and wrong and challenging you to get your eyesight properly sorted. It's a campaign that's run in many English-speaking countries, and in this case they did a fabulous job of confusing people by putting the wrong city as you emerged from an airport. So as you arrive in Melbourne, you see welcome to Sydney, and so on. I think it's a brilliant execution of a brilliant long-running campaign, and I think we've got somebody in the room ready to come and accept the award. Congratulations. Congratulations. Well done. Well done. Well done. Congratulations. I urge you to have a look. It's a great example of ideas that are so simple, they're brilliant and incredibly powerful. Next up, for our next category, we have our winner for Creative Digital. And again, we're going to build up. Third, second, you'll get a certificate sent to you, and then we will announce our winner. So in third place, we have a campaign by Nike and AIDS for World Health Day, Just Use It, with every teenage boy's favorite joke, a condom on a banana. So that proved popular with our judges. Second up, I actually thought this is a really lovely idea, a crowdometer, using Google's API to check how busy the local supermarket was, to see if in fact it was a good or a bad idea to go to the supermarket in that moment. A really good use of digital and semi-real-time data. Very clever, creative. And finally, revealing our winner. Congratulations to Go2 Digital. It's a fabulous campaign. You just saw Dino explain it. What I love about this is that not many years ago, this would have been a special build. And it would have been the kind of campaign that I would have said, that's great at a conference, but actually it's the scale idea that you could do for clients across your whole network. And what I love about it is they've modernized the technology so that the answer is yes, you can. So this is a scale, interactive, high-quality creative, which I think is fabulous. Now, in a wonderful case of you couldn't make it up, our wonderful winner can't be here because he's hurt his back. So I'm going to share with you a video with our winner.
Hi everyone, greetings from Croatia and from my physio too. Turns out my back isn't as bad as I feared, so I'll be back on my feet soon. Just not quite in time to pick up an award for a campaign about back issues. You really can't make this up. Thank you. This recognition means a lot. The campaign wasn't just creative, it made a real impact. We used smart screen tech and inbuilt cameras to offer support exactly when and where it was needed. It was powerful, measurable, and it worked. Big thanks to our client, Croatia Polyclinic, and to our amazing partners, Brook Težinić and Gray, and Millennium Promotion. And of course, to Go2 Digital team, you brought this idea to life. Innovation drives us at Go2 Digital, and it's great to see that recognized, especially coming from a small but ambitious market like Croatia. Thanks to Wu and all the brilliant entries, gold, silver, bronze. It's all a win when the bar keeps rising. Hope to see you soon, next time, standing straight.
Well done. Should bring that on. And in Deed's absence, we do have an award which we will send to him, so thank you very much. Now, I think we do have our next winner in the room, so I think we're going on to our next category, special build. This is always rich with both strong creative ideas and production. So in third place, we have 4X Aussie Lager, where they're able to take the traditional freestanding unit and make it a full-on representation of the product with beautiful execution. Congratulations to them. In second place, we continue the theme of making, quote, mistakes, just as we saw with Specsavers before. So if Winter could do this to a poster, imagine what it could do to your insides. They had a number of different builds that were able to show different ways of a, quote, failed poster to get people's attention for their health. And finally, we have a fabulous winner. We have Habitat, which is a design-led interiors, furniture, and accessories brand. It's an execution that is deceptively simple. It is a brand that is all about design and beauty and elegance. It is very, very easy to get the execution wrong when you're dealing at this stick scale, and they got it perfectly, perfectly right. So I think we do have somebody in the room to represent the winner to come up and collect an award. Yeah, we do. Come on, Eric. Thank you for making the long walk, Eric. Well done. Congratulations. Good. Well done. Well done. They want you to... Congratulations. thank you. A beautifully executed campaign. And now we have two more in this section. The next one, for sustainability. We've heard a lot about it today, and I thought we heard some great wisdom on the stage earlier on, which I was really pleased to see. In our third place, we have a perennial, very successful campaign or technology with vertical gardens from Ströer and Blow Up, where we've seen over the years they're able to bring in the vertical planting, the solar powering, the battery powering, the low-carbon electricity. Every year they raise the bar, and it does well again, getting shortlisted again, which is fantastic to see. The next one up was Beyond the Billboard, an ocean initiative to say, as well as reducing our impact to the way we run our campaigns, how do you also restore the planet and have a broader impact and measure the impact that you're having? And finally, we have a winner. I heard a great quote this morning from a very wise man who said, everything we do in their space. We have the privilege of operating in the communities where we place our boards. And I think this is a great example of respecting the communities in which we operate. So our winner is GPO Valas with Has Eco, and a fantastic campaign using the power of our medium to both promote environmental messages and to build environmental startups with some really inspiring entrepreneurs with brilliant products. And I'm sure we do have somebody in the room to come and join us and accept that award. Come on up. Well done. We don't, nobody from GPO. I think they've gone ahead to make sure the venue for tonight is perfect. Nobody in the room for that one? But this shows you we do keep the awards a secret. They're not here to collect it. We will hand that out at dinner tonight, perhaps. Great, and the final one I'm going to do now is a privilege for me to be able to choose the chair of the Judges Award. We're pretty faithful to I showed you the high quality panel that we had, and we're very faithful to the guidance and the input that those experts give us. And then I have the privilege of looking across all of them and saying, is there anything here that might not have won that I think is really exciting and inspiring and shows something to us as an industry? And we do have a winner that I think does that. It's a piece of creative that uses digital technology in a way that I think is brilliant and simple and scalable. So the winner of the Chair of the Judges Awards is Dulux in New Zealand. It's the colours of New Zealand by New Zealand, nominated by and done by the Lumo Group. They had a beautiful campaign where they were bringing a range of paints which were the colours of New Zealand inspired by the natural landscape. And by using cameras on the screens, they were able to take moments of colour that were literally around you and apply it on the screen. So this was a campaign that ran across many other media, on TV and online and in press, but only in out of home did it truly reflect the underlying product promise of being the colours of New Zealand brought to light. And I thought that's a fabulous way to have creative really showing how the product works, scalable across the network. Excellent work. Is Lumo in the room? Is there anybody here to accept the award? They are! Fantastic. Come on down. Great. Congratulations. So please join me in congratulating all of those winners. I think there was wonderful work and fantastic people behind it, and I hope you've taken something from it that you can take back and say, what can I do in my business with my teams to promote the work? Now, it is time for all of us to work hard. We have one more category where the judges have done their work, and now it's time for you to do yours. So I'm going to hand over to Dino to introduce the Technical Innovation Award. Dino.
Okay, thank you very much. I should also explain that you might notice the awards this year look fabulous. They are new awards this year. Well done to the design team who've done those. They just look amazing. Come and see us later if you want to know what went into them. However, Technical Innovation Award. This is where you vote for it. We're going to have 3 people come up on the stage shortly. and then it's up to you. So we had 18 entries into the Technical Innovation Award. There were a wide range of entries. We had everything from electronics to screens to platforms to creative campaigns. So we had quite a difficult choice here. However, the judges narrowed it down to 3. And those are the 3 you're going to judge today. And those 3 are from Ocean Outdoor. We have Adidas, the Billboard Run, and Kat's going to come up first when I call her up onto the stage and present that one. We have Super Optimal, which is design intelligent for out of home. Neil's going to come and present that one. And then finally, we have Broadsign Platform, out of home workflow automation. And Francois is going to be our final contestant today. And then we will vote. It'll be very exciting. So if this is your first time, I will explain how this is going to work. So you are not going to get 3 30-minute presentations that are all going to go over time. We've got a plan, don't worry. So the way this works is we have given each of the contestants a format. They will get 20 slides, but don't worry. Each one of those slides is only 15 seconds long, and each one of those slides will automatically advance. So they cannot stop on any slide for more than 15 seconds. That guarantees you a presentation in 5 minutes. So you will have 3 presentations in 15 minutes. And after that, we will then vote. All make sense? We will then, if I just go back there we go, just explain why we're doing this. Well, it keeps it interesting, it makes it fair, everybody's got the same format, and quite frankly, they've probably sweated the detail. They practice, so it makes it better for you, makes it better for them. So that's good. Last call, if you have not downloaded the app, please do it now. I'm surprised how many people have got their phones out right now. You should have done that earlier. However, if you have an Apple phone, item number 2. If you have an Android phone, item number 1. Please download the app from the App Store. You should be on your Wi-Fi. It should come down pretty quickly. Log in, and then what you need to do is it will look something like that on the left-hand side. You will then notice what we in the trade call the burger menu. If you're not a developer, that means nothing, but this little menu, the 3 lines, it's called a burger menu because it looks a little bit like a burger. Then what you need to do is, when that opens up, there will be a thing that says poll, which is another way of saying vote. And then you will get a Slido screen, which will hopefully have some questions on it with the 3 people you've just mentioned. Feel free to vote for them now, but you won't know what you're voting for, but we'll vote at the end. Has anybody got the app open and can see the questions? Yeah, good, okay, we're already ahead of schedule, which is excellent. So, directly after the votes, there'll be a slightly stressful moment where at the back over there somewhere, somebody will be counting the votes, putting them on a piece of paper, putting them in an envelope, whistling their way to the stage and giving us the votes. And then we will unveil them to rapturous applause, etc., etc. So, are we ready? Yay! Okay, that wasn't quite good enough. We're going to do the classic, are we ready? All right, I'll accept that one. I'm not going to do 3. Okay, excellent. So the first one, as mentioned, we have Kat from Ocean Outdoor. Where are you, Kat? There we go, excellent. Please, a big round of applause for Kat coming up to the stage. Quick mic check for Kat. Is Kat's mic working? Say something, Kat.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yay, okay, excellent. So the way this is going to work, obviously for Kat's benefit as well, is I will knock it onto the first slide of Kat's presentation. I'm not going to explain anything about it because that's what Kat's going to do. And when Kat gives me some theatrical nod, I'll do 3, 2, 1. I'll press the button and then you're going. So,
Yeah, go. Let's do it.
okay, 3, 2, 1. You're off.
Fabulous. So my name's Catherine Morgan. I'm the Group Managing Director of Ocean Labs, and I'm honoured to be here today representing Ocean Sweden to share with you the Adidas Billboard Run. When approached creatively, out of home is so much more than just media. It becomes an experience that can bridge the physical with the digital. And when done right, it can create game-changing brand engagement that can change behaviour, and this campaign did exactly that. It started as a bold idea entered into our digital creative competition, which is an awards platform that celebrates big thinking and turns those ideas into reality. And this campaign won gold. It was based on the insight that urban running is booming in Sweden. There are more people taking to the streets than ever before, and those people are also more tech savvy, increasingly sharing their content and progress online. Running clubs and apps like Strava have connected that running community. They've built the community and in turn created fierce competition. Yet, 70% of all runners repeat the same route every day, which means eventually they lose that motivation and quit. So we want to do something about that. We turned Stockholm into a real-world multiplayer game for Adidas with multiple routes and rewards. We did this to reignite the passion and give people a new reason to run. 4 days, 4 tracks, 1 finish line. Each starting point had its own challenges. You picked the one that worked for you, then made your own path, using local knowledge and strategy to get to the finish line first. To do this, we turned digital out-of-home screens on each of those 4 tracks into interactive digital checkpoints, transforming the city of Stockholm into a playground for runners to inspire them. To start the race, runners scanned the QR code on the screen, entered their name, email address, and shared their location, and then, when ready, launched a synchronized countdown on their screen and mobile to start the race. We integrated real-time GPS tracking to measure their distance and speed in real time, which was displayed on a finish line screen, giving people a new reason to run and reigniting pace-pounding urgency for the race. The finish line billboard displayed the top 3 times for each track, reigniting and really fueling that competition. At stake was £10,000, 10,000 Swedish krona in Adidas gear. To do this, we created a real-time race platform that was based on a web-based application with integrated GPS tracking. It had a really simple interface that was seamless to use, and most importantly, you didn't need to download an app. It worked by automatically syncing the user's phone with the screen, and then seamlessly triggering a synchronized countdown broadcast across small screen and big screen when you pressed run. We did this by teaming up with local running ambassadors, using their social following to really create that social buzz. The gamification fueled the fun and competition, and it spread organically on social media, including Strava and Instagram. The campaign used digital out-of-home, organic social feeds, and online platforms such as Strava. The result? An integrated campaign that extended way beyond the streets and got people talking. Over 500 runs were logged in just 4 days. Runners returned to reruns, chasing leaderboard spots. Friends challenged friends, and social media feeds lit up with tips. People even ran in the dead of night when the streets were empty to get the fastest times. The results were outstanding. Adidas received a massive 205% jump in search in Stockholm and a 75% rise in interest online year on year. And it really was led by that running community. We've been, not only did the award receive great reception from the running community, but also been lucky enough to be nominated for some industry prizes, and we'd love to win something today for our peers in the out-of-home industry as well, which would mean a lot at WU. This campaign proved 3 things. It proved that out-of-home drives talkability and fuels social content, that out-of-home and tech can offer a deeper connection, and also when you've got a great idea, commit to it, and it can go global. Thank you.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you do it. Thank you, Kat. That was amazing, absolutely amazing. Another round of applause for Kat, everybody. Brilliant. Absolutely love that campaign. I mean, quite frankly, how do you follow that? The only way to follow that is with Neil. That's how we're going to follow it, from Super Optimal. Now, this might all be new to you, which is why we're going to explain it right now in the next 5 minutes. Welcome, everybody, to Neil.
Welcome. Hello. Hola.
Here's Neil. On you come.
Hola.
We're going to do exactly the same thing. I will knock it onto your first slide. It says get ready on it. I'm looking for something a little bit more theatrical than cats. You're okay? So do something a little bit theatrical. I'll do the 3, 2, 1, and away you go.
Right, let's go. Let's do it.
I'll do. Okay, not as good as I was hoping, but fine. 3, 2, 1, off you go.
Right, badly designed creative in out of home is a risk for all of us. Super optimals, we've gone too far. Okay, and we can see some of it here. So what we're trying to do is create a way of stopping that happening. Creative drives a lot of campaign effectiveness, and there's a lot of money being spent in out of home, so there's quite a lot of risk here, which is weird because we've known for a long time that how important creative is. We've got a lot of research about how people perceive out of home, and there's a lot of best practice guide out there to help creatives when they create, and designers. And yet we still see some bad stuff out there. The industry has done a lot of work with best practice guides, running creative workshops, persuading clients to do some testing of their own, and yet we still see that there's stuff out there that is not optimal, is not effective, and we should be concerned. The reason for this is that there's fundamentally a disconnect between the guidance on one hand and the actual design process on the other, where a campaign is being produced, a specific campaign. What SuperOptimal does is it tries to bridge that gap with data and analytics so that creatives, designers, and clients can test and learn and optimize their campaign. We do this through a web app. It's hugely scalable. It takes about 2.5 minutes to generate a report. It's based on a really extreme amount of data, and it's there for scale. We run a 3-stage process. We scan all the elements within the creative. We generate data. We compare that data against known metrics. And then we generate a report with insights that are actionable, as I say, for test and learn. This is an idea of the type of stuff that we're pulling. So we're looking at logo, key visual, headline, call to action, over 20 data points for any particular piece of work, which will then give us the opportunity to generate a report. This is a high-level version of that report. What you see here is an idea about how well this piece of creative will actually operate in out of home. Is it optimized or is it not optimized? Underneath this top-level view is a huge amount of data on the actual elements in each piece of creative. Okay? As I say, this allows clients, designers to actually test, learn, and optimize in any campaign. Let's have a look at how this works. So here we have 2 creative executions for the same brand, Brandon Smiles, Design 1, Design 2. Which one do you think is going to work better in out-of-home, large format? Roadside? Well, SuperOptimal will guide us with that, okay? Turns out Design 1 is not actually optimized for large format out-of-home, and Design 2 is. If you disagree with me, come and have a chat later. So what this tool does is it allows us to move clients from using kind of cluttered, busy creative to stuff that's more impactful, more brand building, and is going to deliver ROI and take out that risk element for us, the people in this room. Here's another example. SuperOptimal has been used by the Outfront Studio team, 50 designers, for the last 9 months. We've tested about 2,000 campaigns, and they've seen some really interesting commercial impact. Here we go, a quote from Eddie Hertie: "The results have been pivotal in changing busy billboards into impactful canvases, driving renewals, and bigger contracts." Eddie has shared with us a case study for this local advertiser, HRS, Hair Restoration, moving them from kind of badly designed creative to more impactful and giving us a 13 times increase in the media spend for Outfront. So really important. The Outfront team of 50 designers have enjoyed using the tool and will recommend it. And particularly they enjoy the fact that they bring data into a conversation that is normally very opinion-based. SuperOptimal has been running trials and working with a number of great out-of-home companies. we would love to talk to some other great forward-thinking out-of-home companies. Come and see me later. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time.
Fantastic. Amazing. Exactly on time as well. Brilliant. Well done, fella. Nicely done. Nicely done. That's a tough act to follow as well. So Francois is going to be up next. Thank you very much. Neil, another round of applause. Very good. If we were going to fail the technology, we were going to do a hands-up thing, but we also consider the clapometer. So it's good to see you're all active in clapping. Welcome, Francois, to the stage from Broadsign. Okie dokie. Now, I'll let you describe what you're going to do, but we've already knocked it onto your first slides. I was looking for a theatrical nod.
can you hear me? I'm going to be presenting with my twin brother.
Oh, yeah, nice. Theatrical nod. So I can, you've already started. Hang on. Right, okay, theatrical nod.
So, on my journey from home in Toronto to Mexico City, it was very simple. What I did is, like many of you, I booked my flight, grabbed an Uber, and checked into my hotel all on my phone. It was effortless. I was able to do this because the travel industry, like retail and many others, have spent years investing in powerful software, workflow data, and more recently, advanced AI. Yet, in out-of-home, our customers are still spending hours, days, sometimes weeks to book a guaranteed campaign. It's a huge bottleneck. So the question is, why? The simple answer, because out-of-home trading is mainly and largely manual. Compared to other channels like online media, selling and buying out-of-home is slow and actually unsustainable. So programmatic brought some automation, but it's only 10% of the transactions. The majority of campaigns are still manual, and static faces are nowhere to be discoverable in real time. This friction bleeds revenue. So what? We've always traded this way, and we've been successful. Reality is, this is impacting all of us, regardless of your company size. We are leaving money on the table every single day. But imagine if out-of-home was more like the travel industry, where real-time inventory, instant buying, and workflow automation were available to advertisers across all of the out-of-home formats. And this is exactly the vision that we have been pursuing at Broadsign. I'm going to talk about 3 innovations that will help you make this dream a reality. So please join me on this journey. To start, you need your inventory to be optimized and accessible in real time. You need a system that allows you to say yes more often, to capitalize on all the possible ad opportunities and convert them to revenue. This system also automatically adjusts your campaign pacing and delivery accuracy across all of your campaign to ensure you are meeting your customer commitments. The results are great, and they speak for themselves. You can now book more campaigns at a lower operational cost. But smart inventory on its own is not enough. The second phase in this journey is to connect the buy-side and sell-side systems. We didn't reinvent the wheel. We built this on all of the advancement in the industry that has been taking place over the past decade. So booking a guaranteed campaign now takes not days, not hours, but seconds. And the most important thing, you control 100% of the information that's shared with the buy side. Agencies are finally able now to book their perfect campaign plan, and media owners are able to deliver on it with no manual overhead and without creating inventory gaps. We are live in the Netherlands with our fantastic partners on the buy side and the sell side, and we have plans over the next few weeks to launch this also in two additional countries. Finally, To complete this journey and be more like the travel industry, you need your teams to stop doing repetitive manual tasks and really focus on revenue generation. So we're using AI to automate time-consuming yet revenue-impacting tasks. So the first AI feature we released helps you approve and categorize the huge influx of programmatic creatives that you receive. And the system continuously learns and adapts to your needs the more you use it, becoming more precise over time. And expect more AI-driven capabilities later this year. So to summarize, Smart Inventory allows you to sell more campaigns. Seamless connection between the buy and sell side makes guaranteed campaigns instant, and AI automates tasks, freeing your team for revenue focus. Together, all these innovations will help accelerate out-of-home growth and bring it closer to the modern experience that all of our customers expect from us. If you feel that we are on the right track, I would love your vote. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Brilliantly done. I do not envy you picking one of those winners. 3 worthy candidates, adversaries, foes, whatever, friends, obviously. But now we're going to vote. So not exactly now, because I've got one more slide. Just in case you haven't downloaded it yet, and there are some phones coming out, I won't shame you. But please, you now know what you've got to vote for. It's now even more important than ever. Scan that code. Quite frankly, you might not have time to do it, because you're going to be, oh, you might actually. I might have lied. You've got at least a minute. So what we're going to do, are you ready? No. We learnt last time. I'm not going to do this 3 times. This one's got to be good. Are you ready? No, stop saying no. Just download the app. Right, okay, good. If you haven't downloaded it, do not worry. There will be enough people, there's enough yays in the room to make sure that we've got a good vote. So if you haven't managed to download it, really sorry, but you've possibly missed your chance. However, the rest of you have. We are going to vote. 60 seconds. Please go to the poll now. Halfway through, 30 seconds to go. Those of you big fans of British TV shows, this is Countdown, the theme tune. Amazing. And yes, I did extend that to 1 minute. That was all of my music editing skills got me to this point in my life. Voting has hopefully now closed. I'm looking over into the corner. Give me a sort of a thumbs up that you're ready to count. Yes, whoever said yes, I appreciate that. That's good. Okay. Didn't necessarily need it from over here, but I was looking for more over in the corner. But thank you. We got a count going on? Yes, excellent. At this point, I will awkwardly hand you over to Matthew, who will then say a few words about tonight. When we've got the votes, we will then reveal the votes.
Thank you very much. Do you have me? Thank you. Thank you, Dino, and thank you to all of you, and thank you to our 3 fabulous presenters. I think it's a great format, but really tough to present in. So while the votes are counted, I think all 3 of them did really well. Will you join me in one more thanks to those 3 fabulous presenters? Well done, all 3 of you. We put you through your paces with that format, and I think you did brilliantly. Now, while we're on thanks, I also want to thank Richard, who's sitting quietly at the back and ran the awards behind the scenes brilliantly, and Anna and our fabulous production team who've worked really hard to make this happen, as well as all of the judges. So they worked really hard, many of them unseen, and I want to thank all of you for making that happen. Again, join me in those thanks. Now, those of you who've played before will know that this is getting towards the end of the first chapter of the awards, and tonight we have the next chapter, where we have the personal awards. So at the gala dinner tonight, with our president, Tom, we will be handing out 3 personal awards to high-achieving, fabulous people from our industry. I urge you to be there. I urge you to give Tom a moment of quiet while we announce them, and I look forward to sharing that with you. Speaking of tonight, a reminder, be in the lobby by 6:15 to be ready to get on the bus by 6:30. Our president promises at 6:31 the bus is gone, so please be there 6:15 for a 6:30 bus to get over to the gala dinner. Now, do we have our winners ready? We do. We have the envelope of doom. Let's find out what you all thought. Can I trade that in? Oh, thank you very much.
No problem.
Now, I genuinely don't know what we're going to find in here. Well, the technology worked. That's an excellent start. We have very, very close between second and third. So I'm going to read out our third place and our second place, who are kind of neck and neck, and then we do have a clear winner. So in third place, a fantastic presentation for Super Optimal Insights for Creative. Congratulations to Neil for getting placed in there. And just pipping it into second place. So those of you who are clever, we're going to find out in just a moment the second, and you're going to figure out the winner at the same time, aren't you? So in second place, we have got the Broadsign out-of-home workflow automation. Congratulations to Francois. And please welcome back to the stage, Ocean Outdoor for the Billboard Run with Adidas. Catherine, welcome back to the stage. Well done.
Well done.
Congratulations.
Fantastic.
Great work and brilliantly
It's always tough going
presented.
first.
Well done. Well done.
Perfect.
Great.
Nicely
Thank
done.
you, Catherine. Thank you, all of you. Thank you, Dino. We're going to wrap up in just a moment. Those of you who want to take photographs with your prizes and the set, you're welcome to do that if you have a trophy and you want the set. Otherwise, 6:15 in the lobby, 6:30 for the bus. Thank you all very much indeed. Well done.
Well done.